Hey, what's happening there, babies? I'm in old school heaven thanks to my friend Ben Lohman right over here. We are in Saint Hyacinthe or near, and we were driving along the 116 highway here, and I see a few old cars parked by this building. I said, whoa, I said, dude, turn around. I'd look like a hotel. And then we turn off to park here. I said, whoa, I see there's a bunch of old cars here. And then I didn't realize until I met one of the owners. This guy he's very well known for doing repairs and restoration for classic cars. He's very well known here in Quebec. He's a really nice guy. I had finally the pleasure of meeting him. I filmed this red 53 Pontiac a few years ago in Beaconsfield, and his name is Andre Fitzback. So as Ben suggested, Fitzback Garage, there you go. Real swell guy. And I said, as Ben suggested, I'm going to film a few of these individually, but I'm going to do a quick overview of what there is here. This guy I first took a picture of in the Huntsic, believe it or not, on the street. I don't know what street it was, somewhere near Gouin. I don't know, near whatever, Sauve. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, this car. And then I filmed it. No, I took a picture of it years ago in like 2011 in Montreal. Then I filmed it a few years later in Laval. That's an original paint Coupe de Ville, if I'm not mistaken, 57. This guy I've seen many times in Montreal. This Citroën Deux Chevaux, which is probably an 80s model or 70s. I'm judging 80s by the bumper. What is this?
Not sure.
I don't know. Anyway, but these are neat cars. Of course, sometimes when I see these, I think of the one that Richard Dreyfuss drove in what was it, American Graffiti. I love the color on this Mercedes-Benz. This looks to be an 80s model probably. This is like a 450, 580. Yeah, 560 SL. Beautiful cars. This is a very typical car even nowadays. As much as I've told these guys here how many old cars have gone outside of the city,
these have not.
Yeah, these exactly. And you know why? Because they're big cars. They're not too big either.
Yeah.
And they're extremely well made. This Fargo is really something else. This thing is crazy cool. Like, somebody really had fun weathering this, making it look all rusty, and they're putting this weird ass kind of a like a visor, sun visor. This is a 56, by the way. Well, I knew that just without looking at the plate because of the wraparound window. That was the first year. Look, even that Corolla. Look at this Corolla. It's mint. This is like 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. It's friggin' mint. Obviously those wheels were added from probably another Toyota, maybe a Celica. I'm not sure, Ben, if I'm going to film this stuff individual. I don't know. You know? This is a first year 60 Chevrolet. First year for this design, which was completely different from the 55 to 58, 59 models. This thing is beautiful. This is a really nice restoration, a typical, you know, that metallic green over white. This is a deluxe model. It's an Apache. Yeah, right on. What's the interior look like? Nice old truck. And it looks like it's an automatic, or is it a manual? No, it's a manual. It's got a tree on the tree. And one of the things I like about that 60, I think this was the only year they had this kind of a chrome moldings like this. Look at this neat Falcon here. You know, this reminds me of a Falcon I took a picture of. I think this could be the same car actually, back in Deux Montagnes, north of Montreal, years ago. It's a nice car, but again, I don't know, the big chrome dual exhaust pipes and the big stripe and everything. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's not a 6-cylinder car anymore, but you know, that's a lot of people are like that. They want to just actually, come to think of it, this is a really old restoration. I can tell by that red. I can tell by those mirrors added on the fenders. This is an old restoration, man, like at least 80s. This T-Bird is something else. I was telling Ben, the director, really nice lady of this garage, I used to have a 118 die cast of a 57 T-Bird, the same coral metallic color like that. This is quite a rare color, I think, for these cars. Actually, a lot of these cars were blue or green and colors like that, red, white. I don't think I've ever seen one this color. I think this might be maybe my favorite car here. This car is just superb. And this is, of course, likely the 312 V8. Amazing. Amazing original. Some of those hubcaps would also be found sometimes on Ford Fairlanes, but I think they were really exclusive Thunderbird hubcaps. The lady, the boss, she says this one's from Ontario actually. That antenna, that's really bizarre. It's like a CB antenna, but or like a limousine antenna. This T-Bird also I like as well. This one you can see has been in storage a long time. I mean, you look at these old bias ply tires, they're so worn out, they're so old. It's dusty, but it's in good shape. Can you imagine how many oldies are still in storage like that? They've been in storage for God knows how many years or decades, and they're just waiting to be bought, you know, and restored or put back on the road, basically. And that's what it's all about, the preservation. You know, if it's something stored forever, whatever, if the motor seized or the transmission is jammed or the wheels are locked, everything can be fixed or replaced or put back to new, you know. Interior wise, oh, I love a white interior. Look at that. Hey, there's that gold air cleaner cover there. Yeah, nice ride. Very nice ride. Look at the vinyl top even. It's fantastic. As a matter of fact, this car I don't think has a lot of mileage on it. That even looks like it could be original paint even, I think. I might be wrong, but that looks very original. And then of course this is the Volvo, the ultimate Volvo, my favorite Volvo of all time, the P1800, which they started making in '61. They built to I think '73. They even made a wagon out of this, which even that wasn't bad looking. I'd seen this guy a few times, I think. There's a Citroën DS. There's 2 or 3 of these here. Look at this Packard, is incredible. So again, if you're in Quebec, wow, nice rig. If you're here in Quebec or wherever you want your cars restored, these guys must do some seriously good work, because they got tons of cars here to work on. It's crazy. There's that Dodge they were telling us about. Apparently it's originally from here. There's Cuda. Yeah. Look at that vinyl roof, hey, beautiful 383. But you know, it's funny, these cars, these muscle cars, like how many of them are actually really original? That's the funny thing. And how many of them are actually original, that they don't have any Bondo or anything? Look at that nice Ford L9000 back there. This international dump truck is a trip. It looks like an armored truck. There's Ben there, thanks to him to see that. 1927 Dodge. Holy mackerel. They said that this was originally ordered as a two-tone car like that. Incredible. But I'm wondering, were those wheels painted? Like, because the paint on the car alone does, like this, I don't know if this is original, but this definitely looks like it's very original. This blue and yellow here. Yeah, that looks like fun to ride. There, that's very original. This is like a barn find if I ever saw one, frankly. The oldest car I ever rode in was a 1925 Willys Overland. So it probably rides a lot much different from that at all. And I remember it took the guy a long time to get that car running, to get it started up and running. You know, it's just such old technology. I mean, come on, we're talking about cars that are, I mean, this car is almost 100 years old, for crying out loud. It's unbelievable. Beautiful.
Dodge Brothers, Detroit, USA. That's crazy.
Incredible. Incredible, eh? Right before the Depression. I'm thinking it's probably a 4-cylinder because it's not a Chrysler, but I can't be sure. I'm imagining it's probably 4-cylinder because it's a short hood too. So this would have been maybe a bit of a step up from a Ford Model T, I'm thinking. So I got a feeling I might have to come back here one day. Oh yeah, oh, okay, so here's another DS, right? Of course, my friend Anatole would love these cars, all these cars out here. It's crazy. The Citroën DS, and sorry, this is a Deux Chevaux. The Deux Chevaux was the first model before the DS, but what also really caught my eye though is this really cool 56 Chevy 210. Not a Bel Air, because the Bel Air was the deluxe model, but somebody who wanted to buy it. You know, this is a weird car because anybody who bought a 56 Chevy new like that, they could have afforded to buy a Bel Air, but they wanted to save money, so they got the 210 model, or they got a 150. If they were really cheap, they would have bought a Rambler instead, or something like that, you know, or some foreign job. But I loved it. Look at the beautiful kind of a turquoise blue with white. Beautiful car.
Classy.
Yeah, very correct, very stock. Look, I'm even approaching the interior and I'm noticing the interior is looking
That's
very...
the thing here, is to keep things stock, eh?
Yeah,
Which
it
is
looks
great.
very correct, very... I don't know if this is an old... It's probably an old restoration, but the interior looks actually... It looks original, it looks aged, it's not mint, you know? Wow. Man, this is a hell of a nice surprise. I knew it was going to be a good day, bro, you know, right? Like a Plymouth Roadrunner. Okay, now mind you, Ben, I'm going to give you a little lesson here. This is very likely a Plymouth Satellite. I don't think this is a Roadrunner. A lot of cars are made into clones, like, you know, like a Chevy, for example, you know, like a Chevelle SS might have been a base Chevelle. Like, look at the tag here. What does it say here?
Roadrunner.
Yeah, it's a Roadrunner. Hey, it could be a Roadrunner, but again, I'm not sure. But mind you, yeah, but not only that, this is exclusive Roadrunner. The this kind of a hood like that, though. So maybe it is a Roadrunner. You know.
One way to be sure about those sort of things is you can get a registry of the VIN numbers and search the VIN, and then you'll know for sure what
Man,
it is.
how come he has so many Citroens? I got a feeling they all belong to the same guy, probably.
Belong to your friend.
My friend Anatol. Well, that's what I thought at first. You know, look at that nice looking Mustang. Look at that. I like that. Look at that. That's cool, man. Look, it's all greasy and dirty, and
It's not.
This looks like what I saw when I was in California in 2006. That's how they look. They're just dirty and a little worn there. And
289. Is
yeah.
that the 4-cylinder?
No, 289 is a V8.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this thing is sweet, man. Look, it's got the cheap,
Small displacement V8.
the cheaper replacement wipers.
I say small displacement, but like for a Mustang, for an old car, I should say.
No, it's in great shape, but I like that. I like this kind of a weird. It's like a tomato red. It's like an old repaint. It looks like an old restoration, but I like that.
Maybe we'll have some personal nostalgia. Look at that Corolla, because that's what we used to have when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. Well, I think that's it, guys. I think I'm going to give you one last look. A couple other cars here, because man, this camera's really hot now. Really hot. Wow, look at that Ford, man. I could count on my fingers how many 37 Fords I've seen. Look at this thing. It's a four-door. Sorry, 36. Excuse me. I think 36, 37 had the same style grille. Body-wise, they were like that a few years, you know. Wow, that's neat. Yeah, that's the kind of car you put in movies easily, you know. It's very period correct. But mind you, how many cars at that time from all the pictures I've seen were actually two-tone like that? That's definitely restored two-tone like that. What's this here? Vaillancourt, eh? Well, I don't know if it's a V8 or not. It doesn't have a V8 symbol on it anywhere. Look at that trunk, how small that is, eh? Isn't that something? And we will finish with... So again, like I said, I'm not being paid for this. I'm just thankful the guy let me film all the cars. He probably doesn't need the advertising, but yeah, Fitzback Garage, man. Fitzback Garage. Why is this place so black and everything's so black around it? What's with all these pickup trucks? Oh my God, is that a hearse? It is a hearse. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's a hearse. It's an ambulance. And a DS, another DS. And a 52 Ford. No, it's a sedan delivery. Whew. Oh my God, this thing is amazing. This thing is amazing. I mean, we saw it from the road. We're driving by. I'm like, Ben, turn over, turn around. There's old cars. Amazing. You know, I've seen from time to time a few sedan deliveries here and there, but they're usually modified. They're usually hot rodded. This car is as stock as you can imagine. Even that paint looks original. Stock rims. I've got a Revell model of a 54 sedan delivery. It's a hot rod, but I'm thinking about making it stock. That's amazing. Look at that. Even this Ford, this 54 is amazing. The Citroën is amazing, and it shows actually this a pneumatic suspension, because look, it's almost on the ground even. That was a big deal about these cars, the rear suspension. And Ben, since you're next to me, did you know that if you have a flat on the rear, you could actually lift the car up and remove that fender to change the tire?
I know about that.
Ah. That sedan delivery is amazing. Definitely one of my favorites here. Amazing, original. I can't believe it. This thing was in storage forever, I'm sure of it. Ben, I was just saying to the folks watching this video that these kind of sedan delivery cars with a panel, like a panel truck, they're hard to find in original condition like that.
You see the script on the side?
What does it say?
Knucklehead Garage from Kentucky.
Get out of here.
Boston, Kentucky.
Really?
Since 1949.
That's weird. Well, this must have been sold. The owner must have died or something. I don't know.
All the way up here, Kentucky.
Holy shit. Even the interior is original. Amazing. Amazing. It's amazing.
This 54 Ford is amazing.
It is. Really is.
Best color on any
I love
car
it.
here, is my opinion.
Gorgeous color. It reminds you, remember that Dodge Regent 59? It was a
Yes.
very similar green like that. Look at nice touch with the dual mirrors, correct caps.
Even the Mayfair, the Dodge Mayfair was in that color. Which is the reason. Although there is a Dodge Regent in my neck of the woods that's exactly, but it's green.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, guys, this wraps it up. This camera is really hot now, this GoPro. I've never had a camera that gets so hot. I can't believe. Ben, touch how hot this thing is. Yikes. Crazy.
Overheating.
Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, Fitzback Garage. Bye.